in very games, back when they played at ESC LAN, all the way in the beginning of Global Offensive, Titan felt the very game felt he didn't have enough. Well, now he's back, and he's no longer afraid. Neither is Michael Ellis, and we're gonna have to see how this all unfolds. It's gonna be Titan CT side, the couple of grenades to see if they can hold on, and just the armor on Kenny and Apex here. And on the NiP side, I mean, they have a smoke on Forest, which is great if they're gonna try and take this B-bomb side. Can be used really effectively to smoke off the door and just buy a lot of time.
And just to point it out, guys, you'll notice that the UI is a little bit tighter around the screen as well. If you're tuning into the stream, this is because this is being broadcast on national television here in Finland, and this is the format that was necessary. But getting back into the game already, NiP starting off big. Existence is going to walk right in. He picks one frag right back. 4v4 now, all of a sudden, in this retake scenario.
Yeah, he almost kills his namesake there. Existence taking down Existence. He sends him flying. Get right looking. Lower dart gets the one kill in. And Freiburg took down Existence. So this is going to be a near impossible retake for Titan. Very hard road ahead of them here. Apex is on 3 health. And they have that smoke down indoors. Forest saved it. They're going to go for the kill here. Forest to take down Apex. Now it's Kenny with 1, Kenny with 2. He's got the double. He's now charging it as a triple kill. In fact, he's got a kit as well. And Freiburg playing at the edge of the smoke. Kenny looking for him. He's not going to find him. Freiburg doing the damage, trying to shoot through the smoke here. There's a double kill for Freiburg. And time is ticking for Kenny. He's got 1 left. And he's going to go down. Freiburg to get the first pistol round. Triple kill as well. What a way to start.
And it is Freiburg himself who will be clutching it out. But for a second there, Anders, we were on the edge of our seats. Kenny certainly knows how to make it entertaining. 2 kills in a 1v3 B retake, and he still gets 2. That is still way too close for comfort. And NiP, they have to feel like they just dodged a bullet there. For several of them from Kenny, one of the best operators in the world, if not the best.
That's scary as hell, but it's still pretty good for Kenny that he gets the couple of kills in there just so that he can start to build a slow economy. Maybe going to buy him a couple of grenades later on, or maybe even just an ult with armor if that's going to be the big problem here. A little bit of smoke or flash attack coming in up from short here. They're just going to try and see if they can flash Maniac in and he can pick someone off, but there's no one there just yet. So if they pop it too early, it's going to be largely ineffective. And I think they're going to realize now that they see NiP down on long and Apex going down early.
No, this is, again, a very early frag. Maniac gets picked off as well. Forrest with that MAC-10, run and gun, and he gets another one from Cat. 2 big kills. That's going to put a lot of money in his pocket. He gets a 3rd one here with the P250. And Existence is now the last man alive here for Titan. 1v4. He's got the dig, but he can't get the shot. Get Right will shut him down. And look at that, Forrest already. He's got a little crinkle around his eye. And they are so focused right now, both of these teams. It is so very close between both of these teams. The slightest mistake will get punished, as we've seen already in the pistol, just how close it was. Forrest, of course, with some magic there on Cat to give NiP a solid edge and to put a lot of money in his pocket. And he continues to hold on to the MAC-10 because he knows that this is going to be another round of eco out of Titan. He knows that they're going to be sticking on pistols, so it's more opportunity for him to pick up frags with that SMG, which is $600 a pop. So that puts a lot of money in your pocket compared to the usual.
And look at Titan, just waiting in CT spawn. They've already put 2 people over, and they heard Michael Ellis booming from T-spawn, so they know what's up. They know they've been spotted crossing. Now they're just hoping that NiP is going to make the mistake of thinking, well, probably that means there's a couple of people here in A, and you can see NiP throwing the grenades as though someone would be hiding up here. Obviously, at the end of the day, they're probably hoping that NiP would try and go middle or B so that they can sort of all group up and help out. NiP right now are actually making a smart choice. They're continuing at long. They know there's not going to be a scout in play here or anything like that, so it's a pretty safe choice, I'd say.
No, look at this sneak from RPK. He catches Forrest. That is a great kill, but it is a bit too late, seeing as how the bomb is just going to get planted on this A site, and they will be able to lock this down now. NiP, they have control along as well, although Existence is there to contest that. And he will be lurking around long house, but the question is he going to get peeked out? He gets spotted, so now NiP know that somebody is around here. They aren't just going to run out willy-nilly and give him a free frag.
They should go for exit frags right now, especially because they're not going to save the MAC-10 and use it next round. So just do whatever you can to see if they can overwhelm somebody here. And they're all 4 grouping up, see if they can take down Exist. He's got the Galil, plenty of bullets, sprays on through, does a tremendous amount of damage over in Longhouse, and they're actually going to back off, even RPK with the MAC-10 here. Freiburg wants a little bit more, tries to see if he can get the last kill in. He's doing good damage and ends up taking out RPK. So not a big loss for Titan, but shame they couldn't pick up that last kill.
I like the idea from Titan, I really do. Even if it is a choke point, and if one of them stops, the rest of them aren't going to be able to get through. Putting 4 pistols there, they came so close to picking off Exist. One more bullet there onto Exist, and they get that frag, and they would have been perfectly happy with that. So
look at this, NiP going straight for the double AWP setup. They're just going for it, and so is Titan. Gonna peek out on long. Mykilele gets a shot in on Kenny, so already that battle has started across the other side of the map. Existence gonna take down Forest. So that's a big start here for the French, Belgian, Swiss team, but Apex goes down.
And I love it. Now they know that they actually ran the same strat, that there's a double up on T side, there's a double up on CT, and Titan, now they have the edge holding this. And we see RPK actually playing to Existence's usual spot here at the top of B. He is getting ready to be able to block off those doors if NiP decide to run in. And he's got Existence watching his back, but now we have to see what Mykilele is capable of here. He's gonna go for the peek, and he gets the shot. Existence is gone. RPK here, however, to plug the gap, and he gets 2 frags.
That's really important here. Apex peeking in, that's the bomb down. And Apex is on 2 health. First time around, he went down to 46 health from a grenade, and now he's on just 2 health. But Exist can't really do much right here. If he could get the bomb down, that'd certainly be a really, really big help to NiP. But actually holding it at 1v3, unless Titan just walk in one at a time, it's not going to work. In fact, I kind of wish he had a flashbang so he could go aggressive, because if he's going to wait for them here, they should be able to coordinate well enough. Nice shot from Exist now on 1v2. And Apex health, oh, if he's the first target, that's going to be big. Exist is playing this very well. He gets the headshot, but Kenny's there, top of the box to finish that round. Still very dangerous.
Very close margins there. And the fact that Kenny finds that angle just barely in time, a split second longer there, and he's able to duck out of the way. Exist and dodge that bullet, and it's a nigh impossible situation there for Kenny to get done. He needs to catch Exist making a mistake, and at that point, Exist would know where he is. It would just be way too difficult. But now, Titan, a very expensive round for both teams with 2 double op plays there, but they're on the board. And as far as Titan are concerned, I think that's going to be the big play here, the big point to be made. They are now on the board with a round.
They really want to cross, but they're so scared. Mykilele is actually hitting a couple of shots down the middle, just straight gap shots, which kills you, and that's something you really want to avoid on the CT side, of course. And the 5th round just now getting underway. Boost coming up here, sometimes referred to as the Noah boost. They're going to get grenaded down once again. RPK drops. Freiburg just taking blind shots through it. Apex really wants to steal the rifle there, but he's falling even lower on health. And should think about running away. He's going to get the M4, but now he's on 20 health.
This, to me, this is NiP being very thorough as well, but it seems like they may have an idea. They want to try and start taking tools out of Titan's toolbox. You don't need that wrench. You don't need that boost. Nope, no, this isn't going to do. I mean, the fact that they go ahead and actually make Titan think about using that boost in the future is great. Deny your opponents their tools early on and then see what they're capable of. But the setup right now is looking fantastic for NiP. Mykilele again delivers the entry frag onto B, and this is a big play now. Existence is trying to hold the gap, and he's only going to get the 1 kill. That isn't quite good enough. Kenny holding at the gap from CT, but the smoke goes down, and he's not going to be able to stop them from getting that bomb plant down.
They're getting flanked on long as well. Get right, always looking, always behind your team. Gonna come up, get the 1 kill, and he's a master at spraying too. Gets that 2nd kill home as well. So not only would that have been great if Titan had been more people alive, because they could have stopped the retake altogether, but even as Titan are trying to actually save the rifles, Get Right is merciless, and that's going to be a big round here now, 4-1. And Titan, I mean, they're on the CT side, so they can afford to lose a couple of rounds here, but it's not, you know, they still need a lot more. I think when they're playing NiP on this map, need at least 7 or 8 here on the first half. Yeah,
6, you know, if at the bare minimum, 6 rounds. And it's not looking too hot right now for Titan, seeing as how they just got their money reset. We'll have to see if they decide to go for a force buy in the next round, or if they're going to eat another round of eco and just decide to give NiP a lead, get equipped again with the double op perhaps, and just go from there. But all the pressure is going to be on Titan at this point, because as far as the beginning of this map is concerned, it certainly is not going their way. Apex on Cat. Gets peeked out by Freiburg, and Mykilele with a nade onto Kenny. Exist, it's just frags raining in everywhere. The remaining 2 members of Titan split in half at this point. Maniac on one side of the map, RPK on the other, and RPK starting to come into mid, looking to see if he can catch somebody off guard, but Exist, so patient, spots him out and sprays him down. No, he does not! RPK denies him!
Yeah, it's a good kill coming in there, just chipping away slowly at the NiP team. Majority obviously survive. The question is if Titan can even realistically buy here. I mean, the problem is, and this is something Titan has faced before, if they buy a lot too early, if they force up the rounds and get FAMASas, that means no AWP for Kenny. That's one of the major resources on their team, and as a result, actually, they're not even going to attempt it. I don't think they could have anyway. So buying a couple of Deagles, actually 3 of them, that's impressive.
And Freiberg again, creating opportunities for his team here. NiP, nothing crazy with what NiP are doing either. They just go take control of mid, just rush it there with Freiberg to see if anybody's going to be peeking out. They get the punish that they were looking for, and now Titan are once again under pressure. Triple Deagle here, still alive though, so they can do the damage. They just need to find the angle, and Michael is not going to allow Kenny to move around freely. Picks him off a cat, and that reduces the defense on A site by 1 member here. Remaining 2, doing the best that they can. Michael not going to find that shot. Existence ducks right in time. But the cleanup continues. Exist is merciless.
Oh, RPK does come in with the 1 Deagle, and they do need these kills every once in a while. He's only going to get the 1, just like last time. When you buy 3 Deagles like that, you really are hoping that you can get just that really good opening. It's definitely not easy, but Titan do need just small steps. Get back in the game, get a little bit of confidence back, and try and slow NiP down just a tiny bit. But this is the round. When you've saved twice to try and see if you can get these rifles in, you need to make something really big happen in Existence. Flashing his way over, goes for a quick shot. I think actually Michael was down suicide, and Kenny boosted up on short, going to try and take a fight with him, but not going to come out on top either. Maniac not realizing Get Right is there, and this could be completely fatal. But I don't think they realize Maniac is here either. This is almost Counter-Strike Circus. They're just happily and mutually ignoring each other out on long. Now the smoke's going to disappear. Is Get Right going to get spotted? Yes, he will, mate. He's like, wait, what? How did you get there?
I think Get Right was thinking the same thing at that point. He looked, but he was just a little bit too late there to react in time. NiP building off of this. They realize now that Maniac hasn't come back off of long. Get Right would have spotted some kind of movement like that with his death cam. But Kenny's still on short, and Freiberg picks him off. Kenny is gone. Not able to have that impact that his team desperately needs. Apex is now doing what he can here on A slope, and Freiberg, another kill for him. And this is falling apart now. The remaining defense, Maniac is going to try and hope it up long, but he's going to get cut short. No, he stops the bomb plant from going down. And that was very important. Oh no, he does not.
If he had a grenade, it'd be so big right now. They're fighting for it. Look how much damage they've done, Titan. They've almost retaken this bomb site. They just need to add a few more bullets, but it's going the wrong way. Michael picking up a kill. Forest goes down this time, but the bomb's planted for short, and they've got an AWP over there. It's the Michael artillery just waiting to pick them off, and one hiding in Gandalf as well. There's the 1 kill for the Swedish AWPer. RPK takes him down. Exist hiding in pretty much the perfect spot, and with no kit, he gets the kill, but there's no time. He has to run.
He's looking for the AWP. He can't find the AWP. He won't be able to save one in time for Kenny.
Gonna go down with the bomb, 7-1.
That moment.
That double opening on short from Freiberg was so big, and the way it happened is the smoke actually allowed them to walk past Kenny's scope the first time around. He took a moment to just unscope and just recompose himself. When he re-peeked, Freiberg was already past, and Kenny just didn't realize.
And Freiberg, that kind of shot is also a very common position to peek from with the AWP. So Freiberg, he's going to be pre-aiming that spot, trained on it. An attempt at a flick there by Michael, but he falls just short. So Titan are able to make it across, but once again, Titan find themselves holding pistols in their hands when they would much rather have rifles. Get Right will find Maniac, so Long is now going to be open here, and Exist spots out a member on Cat, and Kenny. Instant headshot there. Michael stopping that push up mid though, and they are going to be able to take over long here. NiP based off of the Maniac kill. Looks like they're just going to be very thorough, clear it out, and they already have the smoke to block off CT. They will get control of A site, no problem at all.
I was very curious about the way that they've handled Kenny so far, is that it's not quite the way that a lot of other teams would do it, where you try and just smoke off or run away from where Kenny is. NiP are actually not afraid of taking the fight to Kenny and just saying, we'll fight you. Forest, Michael with a kill each here. Existence trying to save the AK if he can. He's going to take down Get Right. And everything matters right now. One single AK could definitely be the difference, and Titan, they just need it all. All the money.
And smart move there by Existence. He realized, of course, that Forrest is still going to be up in T-spawn, so he does not go running past. He doesn't give Forrest the opportunity. Free fire coming in by Freiberg, and he hits the angle just right. Playing the angles there, and Freiberg comes out ahead, denies the save there for Existence, and that's going to be painful for Titan, especially when their money is so rocky like this. If they could have held on to that AWP, that could have meant a full set of nades for somebody going into the defense here for Titan. So That made a difference. Freiburg, again, just relentless on the hunt, but they have just enough, again, to eke out this buy. Look at them skimping on helmets. They're trying to just make everything count at this point. They know that the AKs will kill them regardless, so they don't decide to invest in it. Rather, put that $300 into a smoke.
And that's a sensible choice at this point. They really do need everything. Forest with the AWP, Michael with one, NiP again. They're playing the most standard dust2 you can imagine right now. They're holding long, they're holding upper dark, they're congregating in the middle, making sure they have the mid control, throwing cover grenades off short, making sure that no one's gonna instantly jump down on them while they're busy in mid. And then they're just checking everything. Is there a guy in corners? Is there a boost going on? Can we grenade the boost? Like, they're just doing all the basic stuff here to try and make sure that Titan are as far back on the map as possible. And then once they execute, it's worked, well, 8 out of 9 rounds so far.
Well, right now, Kenny needs to be taking advantage of these opportunities that he's given right now. I mean, he mid-doors there. That's a shot that Kenny should be able to hit, and he sends it wide yet again. So we are waiting for that moment when Kenny is going to start chaining those frags together and really having an impact. It is not too late for Titan, but they do need to get started. They do need to get started right now. They have very little room for error at this point. So if they have the opportunity to get shots like that, they need to jump on them. Kenny cannot afford to miss. Forrest now, he's going to be inching his way in, and he catches Existence off guard.
Oh, RPK with the one. Last time it was a double, but this time it's not. And now Titan actually can't retake. And they think maybe Get Right's going to be out, but he's all the way in T-spawn. How can you even predict this? Maniac goes down. They have to essentially just hate Get Right now, because even when they just want to save, he's always there, right next to them, to make their lives even harder. It did get a leg shot then, but Kenny and Apex.
I'm not sure if Apex spotted the man on B slope there. This is going to be a very tricky position. They won't be. They should be able to hold here at long, but that bomb is ticking down, and NiP have fully committed now to the hunt to get these guns off of Titan. We can all see the money that Titan have right now. They cannot afford to lose these rifles. If they were, there'd be a huge blow, and Kenny gets headshot by Freiburg from A site. Get Right now trying to hunt down Apex. Apex, the bomb goes off. The clock is ticking, and Freiburg can't close the angle. Apex instead will take out Michael. So one gun saved there for Titan.
That's a really, really, really thin silver lining that you lose the AWP and then you get the last kill in at the end, especially considering that NiP do have a lot of consecutive rounds here. Their economy is building up steadily. And now Titan realize that this is definitely the right choice. They can't do more ecos to get double over or anything like that. They have to go all in. And Kenny, when it really matters the most, it's probably him they have to look for. He opens up on Exist, and he's going to be very mobile this round. You can already tell, just trying to be all over the map. Misses the shot in the middle. He wants a little bit more. And that's the strength of Kenny as an opera. Same for Michael. Get the shot, move somewhere else, and just keep on rinse and repeat. Maniac with a good kill out on long to take down Michael. Things are looking a lot brighter here. 9-6 is still a chance.
Oh, the timing that he hits there. But Get Right finds the headshot. Maniac does not land the follow-up. And in the meantime, Freiburg is sneaking right now. He is lurking through, and he might very well catch RPK off guard. He does. Instant headshot, looks for the follow-up, but Existence will take him down. Instead, now it's going to be on Forrest here. He has an AK. He has a Molotov. It's about to get hot in there. Existence is going to have to give ground, but he takes the headshot first. He will not move, Forrest.
Yeah, great play from Mars with AK. Not an easy fight to hit either. Get Right trying for the opening, and last time we saw that it was a little bit miserable, but this time he doesn't really have a chance. He's just going to go for it here. 30 seconds left. Try and see if he can kick someone off, and he won't. Kenny find a double kill, and Titan finally going to pick up a second round.
And one thing to note here is that Kenny, I think, is a bit more comfortable opping on B site rather than A site, because when Titan had that run of dominance on dust2, when they just looked untouchable, Kenny was handling this half of the map. He was not handling the A side of the map. And so that might, no matter how slim, when we're talking about margins as slim as the ones between these two teams, the fact that Kenny might very well just be a little bit more capable over there, that could make the difference, because he's picked up 2 kills. And there we go. Pushes out into mid, pulls a bit of a Shoxy, and takes out Michael to start. NiP are now down their AWP.
How do you find the confidence to do that when you're 7 rounds down? You simply decide to smoke middle, run through, and then take a pick. And if you die, that's one of the major resources for your team instantly gone. Existence here, up in the window, looks back towards B just a little bit too soon. If he had stayed there, probably would have got himself an opportunity any second now. well.
Very much like to change the position, however. RPK will be covering the doors. Existence will be covering the main entrance. RPK surely has spotted them out, and Apex begins spraying. He knows that people are moving up there. Kenny, in the meantime, is taking out Freiburg. Big kill there, and RPK is now trying to force the man out of Upper Dark. He takes that fight and wins it, and Kenny, not this time, he says. Get right, you're not going to catch me off guard.
Now we need somebody to go back and look at the demo, because I think Exist jumped through the window while it was on fire and actually burned to death mid-air. So I really need to see that in slow motion some, because that looks really funny. But a great round from Titan, and you can tell RPK, either someone's telling him or he already realizes that holding upper like that when a push is coming from middle is so important. And he managed to do that just fine. So that's a very small detail, but it's very important. Kenny to take down Exist. Titan seems to be back in the game. Maniac is gonna kill Get Right. It might be a little bit late in the day to get back in the game, but better late than never.
Yeah, exactly. Better when you have a shot at 6 rounds than when you have a shot at 4. And Kenny, whoa, Apex saves him there. Freiburg can't land the shot in time. And then Michael comes into it, takes Apex off of A slope. We're down to a 4-on-2 now, however. NiP still gathered up. They still have bomb control as well, and they are looking to take the fight towards A. Kenny whiffed the shot, but Michael did as well, and he's trying to set up an opportunity here. He's trying to look for it. He misses the second shot, goes for the duck, misses the third, and he will finally get taken out by Michael.
Through the top of the box as well. That's a really dirty shot. 50 seconds on the clock here, and now that they have Michael in position, Titan really got to think about what they're doing. They have a flash and actually a Molotov as well, which could be really great, exactly where NiP are holding it. They could just fire bomb the bomb site, and all of a sudden, NiP would have very limited coverage. So I need them to use that Molotov. That's going to be really important. RPK is the one holding it, and it's easy to throw in here. There it is, bouncing in. Michael forced out. He's going to get the first kill here. Forrest picks it up. He burns alive, and now it's down to Existence. 1v2, Forrest hiding, but the clock is so far ticked, they gotta move faster than this. Forrest spraying with the AK, Existence taking a lot longer than he should here, and he's gonna get the kill, but there is no time, he has to run, and that's gonna be a 10th round.
Why did they hesitate, Titan? Why did they hesitate? That they must have sat in mid for 3, 4, 5 seconds there. That could have made all of the difference in that retake. I mean, perhaps they're waiting, they're lurking to see if anybody's going to be trying for any funny business from NiP's side. Maybe they didn't get an idea as to where they were positioned properly there, but the fact that they waited, they hesitated for 3 seconds, 4 seconds at mid, that cost Titan. And Michael takes out Existence. No peeking this time, Existence. And NiP have the man advantage going into the 14th round. Apex, however, catches Freiburg off guard, and he wants more. He's looking towards Lower Dark, still hanging around here as well. Goes with the parting HE and decides to play it safe, seeing as how this is still a 4-on-4 situation.
It's really hard to keep NiP down when they're playing this well. You can tell Titan are really trying to find their A game, but NiP did bounce back after just a single round like that. And I think that last round, as soon as the Molotov was down, that was the key to go. Leg shot in, grenade over, and perfect, Kenny. Touchdown.
Oh, that was too beautiful. You know he's been practicing that angle, right? So, man advantage now for Titan. 50 seconds left on this clock in this round, and Titan have decided to collapse back onto the sites. They still have one man holding it long, so A defense might be a bit weaker here. A lot of this is going to come down to Maniac and his ability to play from pit. He has the support of Apex as well. But the remaining 2 members are on the other side of the map for Titan. It's going to take very long for them to rotate in. Maniac has to hit this timing right. Takes the peek, spots out 2, and that's very important. He's going to be under pressure, though, and Existence overwhelms him instantly. Apex, instant rotation from him, looking towards Cat. He needs to try and close the gap.
This is going to be a bunch of crossover kills for this to work. It's 3-3, only 20 seconds left. If they drop the bomb in the middle of the crosshair, that's going to be big. Flash in, Exist, no Apex, he can't get the kill. Now Kenny, look at this, 10 seconds. Kenny drops 1, but Get Right's the one who has the bomb, and it makes it past with 9 seconds left, and now it's a 1v2 for Kenny. And Forrest, well, the plant's obviously going to be for long, and Forrest is down there with an AWP. Get Right holding the site. These retake is near impossible, but Kenny has to go for it.
No, there's no more room, and he has no Kevlar as well. If he gets into a drawn-out fight, this is going to be brutal. So difficult for him to land the shots, and right now he's just waiting. He's willing them to peek. He wants them to take the risk to try and get the information, but they will not. Get Right is not listening to Kenny's wishes and dreams. He's a ninja. He's ruthless.
Yeah, and that's what they needed to do in NiP. Just stay out of harm's way, and that's going to win them the round. Man, that little time. If Get Right had been the first target, if the bomb had dropped, it's sort of random where it ends up. They could have just been enough that NiP wouldn't have been able to pick it up in time.
So big. And that is pretty much shattered everything here for Titan. And now they're looking at 11-4, the best case scenario. I mean, Titan, they are not weak on the T side, far from it, especially with Kenny, but it's going to be a very difficult fight for them, seeing as how NiP's CT side is fairly solid, especially with the addition of Mikelele in the roster. That AWP makes the difference for NiP. And Apex this time around decides to hang around on Cat a bit too long, and that's actually a gun down, drops now. So Titan, they have one less gun to work with at this point. In a 4v4, Kenny is going to have to work his magic.
That one saved AWP could come in big for them. It's already picked up one kill. Existence here in the middle with the Deagle in hand. Just watching patiently in case someone was going to come through the smoke. And you really never know. As long as Get Right is alive, crazy things can happen. And 4 rounds. It's not great on the CT side. Not any longer.
I'm loving this decision from NiP. Overwhelming force, overwhelming power. And the Molotov to force him out into the open. It doesn't get any better than that. RPK is gone now, and all 4 members for NiP are about to go crashing into this B site. Get Right lurking a little bit back in Upper Dark to protect the back here of NiP, but Existence, he's got the Deagle, looks for the shot, he's not gonna get it. Does get the tag as the man tries to jump across to the bomb site, but he will not get the kill, and that's exactly what had to happen.
Wait a minute, Maniac's coming behind. They could actually sandwich Get Right. That would be really good. If they can take control of Upper, they might be able to take this fight. Get Right goes down. Maniac now coming through. AWP takes down Exist as well. There's a 2v2 retake, but they're both coming in from the same angle, and the bomb is so fucking. They got to move quick. Up on the box here. Maniac trying his very best right now, and he's going to go for it with the 5-7 instead. Can they actually make this work? He's straight on the bomb, but they're going to get him. Freiburg and Forest not leaving anything to chance, and NiP going to finish the half in 12-3 fashion. That's convincing.
That's masterful right now. Definitely thought that it would be closer in this first half, that Titan would be able to battle back, but it took quite a bit there for Kenny to warm up. And Apex, I mean, it felt like Titan weren't quite able to connect with their shots, whereas the NiP, it felt like they hit the ground running. They were just all pressure, straight up, not hesitating at all. Right from the pistol, they were straight in Titan's face, not letting him get comfortable. I think that's a lot of it boils down to Titan. They needed to land the shots at the beginning, and it wasn't until about halfway through the half where we started to see them warm up, and by then they no longer had a cushion. They couldn't afford to give up rounds. It was far too close, and now it's far too far. It's too far gone. That's what I'm trying to say. NiP, they have a huge lead going into the second half.
You've got to wonder how much of this first half was decided by that 1v1 between Kenny and Freiburg and the pistol. What kind of start would Titan have had if they had got that and actually won the round? Well, now they get a new chance at a pistol round, and it kind of has to work for a multitude of reasons, because even if they get the pistol, it's a very limited chance they can actually win the map, but they can distance themselves, put some buffer space between this map and the next one, mentally reset, get a little bit of confidence back. There's so many things, and we always mention it, it is always true. You do need to just not outright lose, at least put a break on it, and who knows, maybe once in a blue moon, you are going to find that comeback.
As far as Titan are concerned in this pistol, they're taking their time. They are not rushing. Minute 10 is about to pass, and now they start to make some noise, but Get Right is positioned here on Cat, and he's just waiting for somebody to show himself. And there you go. He drops the bomb carrier as well. They spotted it out. He's got the help of Mikelele here on Cat as well, and Get Right Mikelele finding the headshots. Nothing but headshots. 4 of them for NiP, and Apex, he's left all by his lonesome trying to push up long, but there's soon to be 5 ninjas here. And this is not going to end well. A perfect headshot round for NiP. And there's the terrific start that they were looking for in this second half.
Absolutely flawless. And the way that worked out was Get Right had all the focus. Everyone was shooting at him, and Mikelele could just casually pick up a couple of headshots in between. It was really, really good teamwork coming out there from NiP. Really hard to deal with. And now Titan, no bomb plant. They buy whatever they can here, but unless they can get this round home, and they're playing against a fairly well-equipped NiP team. And on Dust, I mean, closing the distance between the FAMAS, the Scout, the M4 is not easy. The Tech-9 is good, the Eagle is pretty better at range, but it's still not easy. You can see NiP are playing super defensive positions. They are all grouped up. The only spot you hit where you would only really fight one person is maybe long, but there's a guy in pit, he can just hide and flash and wait for someone to come in. Because Get Right, he even has a flash out. He's just saying, well, if you come, I'm going to flash and my teammate's going to come up.
There you go. But they have focus on Cat right now for the time being. Smokes and flashes going down here for Titan. They are looking, this almost looks like the Cat plant for them. The Titan just want to run up behind this smoke, behind the box, and try and get the plant down, but instead they go running into Goose, and that's not going to catch Exist off guard. He reacts in time and gets the kill, drops the bomb at his feet, and Apex once again all by his lonesome. But not a single frag for Titan is a problem. They spent the money on pistols, they invested in the nades, they needed to do something, some form of damage to that, to Get Right and NiP, and it just did not happen.
Man, Titan did it earlier in the day when they played against Penta. They kind of shut them down and had a 16-0 victory. I think they're about to feel what it's like almost, because this is getting completely out of control. Blocks all around means technically Titan would be fighting for a 12-round comeback into overtime and then a victory. I don't think we've ever seen that. Not at this stage, not at the grand finals.
Not in the grand finals. And on dust2, when NiP have got the bit between their teeth, they've got the money, they've got the rifles, they're on CT side dust2. It's an incredibly difficult task that Titan have ahead of them here. And Apex has already fallen to Michaelele's scout. It's a full hard eco coming out from Titan right now as well.
And that would actually have been a position if Apex had a deagle. He probably would have killed Michaelele then. But the one time when he's in a perfect position for it, he has a Glock instead, and it's not even close to being as effective.
It's a pea shooter versus armor. You feel like you're shooting spitballs. Now let's say Existence is gone. Freiberg, he's going at it with the burst, and he's going to get punished. One frag for him only. Forrest here, however, is going to get taken out as well. All of a sudden, I take it back. The Glock is amazing. Maniac picks off Exist, and now 3 kills for Titan. And that's all they're going to get. Get Right is there to make sure that the party stops. He's not interested in having fun, Anders. Not allowed.
I have no idea how, like, that's definitely not supposed to happen. It takes such a lot of shots. Even when they're headshots, you have to land a fair few in straight succession, but that worked out somehow. Well played with the Glocks.
That's the thing, they heard what we said. They're like, oh, hold on, we have to demonstrate.
Kenny's here. Playing a slightly safer position in Suicide, just ready for someone to take the jump over or peek really high in the middle. Forrest. Michaelele is still with the scout. That's how confident they feel. They're not even going to change the scout out. The grenade initially on Maniac must have been almost a double, or at least some shots going through, because he's down to 3 health. And with armor, that's really not supposed to happen. Michaelele is ready and waiting. They've got a guy on slope as well. This is going to be rough. Apex looking for the fight initially with the AK, but the smoke goes off. NiP, they've been winning the fights when they've been taking them, but they're playing it safely. They say, we're not going to take the fight. Smoke is on. Forrest missing a shot here, and he's going to go down. Kenny with the opening. Again, Titan. The more rounds they can get right now, the longer it's going to be before we see cash, the more confident they're going to feel going into that map. And Freiberg is alone, very much alone. NiP have abandoned him. In fact, they're saying, Freiberg, we're trusting you to hold this bomb site on your own. And flashes out. Freiberg going to go aggressive, and he's not going to get the kill. He does a lot of damage to Kenny in Existence, but should be a lost round here for NiP. There's almost no way they can actually throw this away, Titan.
Yeah, there's actually no reason for NiP to be throwing away the guns either, because they have the M4. You can see them just attempt a shot to see if they can't pick somebody up who's trying to pass over across the doors there towards the B site. But NiP at this point, they realize what's happening. They know full well that this is going to be a B plant, and the likelihood of them retaking, pretty slim. So hold on to the AWP, hold on to the expensive rifles. Apex, however, he just spots Get Right. Oh, this could be good. If he can just find that angle, get up there, he could potentially catch Get Right off guard. Flash out, and this is a tense moment. Get Right, of course, is pre-aiming this. Who's going to have the reactions? Apex knows that Get Right is here. Get Right will not be outdone.
I'm wondering if Apex is thinking at that point, this is more than just a chance to get a rifle away. It's also a chance to get, put Get Right just a little bit out of his element. Just a little bit frustrated that you lose, like, right at the end. Everything counts. Just every little bit that they can get in their favor here.
But Titan buy themselves a little bit more time. I think that's the important thing. It bears out that the more time they can have to reset mentally, the better it will go on cash, or at least the odds will increase of that. Michaelele, however, is not interested in wasting any time. He just assassinates Apex on Cat. Starts off very strong. Michaelele looking for the punish into lower dark as well. The HEs go raining out, but they do not do further damage.
Look at Existence. How did he get to this position? This is almost some ninja level play. He's going to come through the door or some from the window and get down. Forrest. Well, Freiberg returns the kill on RPK, and it's going to be Kenny coming in from upper dark to drop Freiberg. So that's a really good B-take going on right here. And Maniac just has to stay alive in the middle. That way, NiP have to divide their attention between lower dark and B bomb site, and that makes the retake even more difficult than it already is at B here. They've got a couple of grenades, and they got a lot of defuse kits as well. And NiP, they're not going all in on it. They do want to see if they can get an opening pick. If they get one kill here, then I'm pretty sure the retake is straight on. And just looking to see if anyone wants to peek. Anyone wants to peek. Kenny going to take down Maniac. Get right. Finds the kill there, and it is going to be a 2v2.
They know that Kenny, I mean, look at Exist. He sees the gun barrel, and he unscopes just as Kenny decides to peek. It is going right, and Get Right realizes he does not have the time to get in there and get the defuse, let alone get the kills. They get the kill on Kenny regardless. Do they lose the AWP? I think they do. I don't think he gets there in time to pick it up. Oh, it will be very close if he does, but still, another round notched up for Titan here. NiP, and that it has to be said, that round is due to Existence in that lurk. He was going full Get Right there, just sneaking all the way up B slope, pinning down Freiburg, taking out Forrest. That was all due to Existence and the quick reaction of his teammates afterwards to build off of what he'd already discovered.
Kenny proudly receiving that grenade, said, yeah, you can do some damage, but I'm gonna take you out. Forrest close, Tech 9 in hand. Could have been dangerous for RPK. Look at his health, 10 left. Really crucial that he gets that return swiftly. Now, did they hear a couple of more members coming in? Freiburg is making a decent amount of noise here, picking up the rifle. So NiP, or sorry, Titan might have a clue that something is going on inside that B bomb site, because A is definitely the place to attack right here. Michael Lily has no rifle, and he's very much alone.
Well, this is all about the mind games at this point. Who is going to get the proper read? And Existence usually so on point. Now it seems like Titan, with 50 seconds left, they have so much gear as well. They have all the nades, they have everything they need, but they just happen to be going towards the one site that has the 2 rifles on this map for NiP, and that is going to be a problem.
There's a big if here. When they come in, they're going to be looking at Freiburg. He doesn't have armor, so they might be able to kill him quick if they get a body shot in, but Get Right has armor and 30 bullets. They're going to Molotov him out. They use the same trick, but Get Right gets the kill. Freiburg as well. Finally, Get Right goes down, but now Michael Ellis shown up. It's a 2v2, 25 seconds left. Freiburg with the headshot keeps spraying, and that's going to be the end. Triple kill for Freiburg. Tied to